The myth, the mystery, the legend. Does Bastion exist? It rises above the white cliffs of Dover, a fortress that has guarded the gateway to England for centuries. But beneath its medieval walls lies something far more mysterious. A hidden world carved in secrecy, and one level long lost. During the Second World War, the tunnels beneath Dover Castle were transformed into a military nerve centre. Each level had its purpose: the annex, casemate, dumpy. But one was never finished, or so the story goes. They called it Bastion. Planned as a joint command centre for land, sea and air, Bastion was to be buried deep within the chalk cliffs. But today, there's no entrance, no confirmed plans, no trace at all. Some say it was abandoned, others say it collapsed, entombed in chalk and forgotten by time. For decades the question remained, did Bastion ever exist? English Heritage have searched, using radar, archives, careful excavation, but Bastion level continues to elude them. Was it a rumour? A plan never drawn? Or does Bastion still lie hidden beneath this fortress? Until the truth is uncovered, it remains one of Dover's most enduring secrets. Right there then folks, welcome to Bunker Wednesday. Very interesting one today. We are looking into the lost tunnels of Dover Castle, Bastion level. But do they exist, or is it a myth? Later on, we're near the end of the video folks, we've actually got another torch review, so if you want to stick around for that, please do. Another great one, you know, so yeah, check it out. Other news as well, if you're interested in seeing the restoration of the WB1401, it's all up on the wall now folks, and I managed to get it MP3 playing the sounds through the actual speaker, the early warning system of the Cold War. That's in members on Patreon and YouTube membership, so be sure to check that out folks if you're interested in that. Little tiny fee, but you know, it's all interesting, isn't it? So thank you very much to everyone who's supported that so far for many years. So many people on there, amazing stuff. Thank you very much. Right then, let's look into Dover Castle and the tunnels that possibly exist. So right, the background: Bastion level was intended to be a combined headquarters beneath Dover Castle, a much needed facility in the area. So yeah, annex level, casemate level was it was built in the late 1700s, and that was used, you know, Operation Dynamo and all that stuff. Hospital level, annex, and yeah, they wanted to create a bigger complex, and they started building this complex, and it was named Bastion, but apparently the tunnel was collapsing with the excavations and it was unsafe. And I did hear somewhere, but I don't know where, I don't know if it's in the paperwork here, some people died in the construction of Bastion. I don't know if we're going to see that today or not. I'm going to look through the loads of files here folks. I'm going to look through all the files, see what we can find. But yeah, apparently after that they abandoned it because of everything was so unstable and unsafe. They decided to go 15 metres below Admiralty casemate, and that's when they created Dumpy, which we looked in a couple of weeks ago I believe. Dumpy level. So yeah, construction reportedly started from two fronts: an access tunnel from the east ditch of Dover Castle. Interesting facts there folks, because we get back to that later on, because there's something actually in the wall, in the moat wall of the east ditch, that might corroborate whether or not it was actually started. The other tunnels from Casemate level, yeah. There's one off of Admiralty Casemate. There's a tunnel that goes off. It's caged off at the moment, but it goes off, and there's a possible entrance in there. And if you're coming through from the elevator, if you're coming from there, you're walking along, there's a bit that looks like it's partly dug, then it stops. It's chalk wall, and it stops. That's possibly another entrance. Yeah, due to the tunnel, yeah, bob. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Due to tunnel collapses, the project was abandoned. Work was then shifted to lower level, creating what became known as Dumpy, or Dover Combined Headquarters, aka Dumpy, which apparently means Deep Underground Military Position Yellow. But who knows that? So let's look into the investigations and research. Investigations into the East Ditch have failed. That's what we was talking about a minute ago. Due to, well, failed to find the access tunnel. But other areas offered hope. Because in the East Ditch, I think I remember seeing it. I've definitely seen a photograph of it. Part of the East Ditch wall has been bricked with new bricks. So where that tunnel should be, or it says in the plans, it's all been re-bricked. So whether they started it from there, but like they say, there's not a lot of ways of getting the chalk out of that area, because basically it's a drop off the cliff from the East Ditch, drop off, or you've got to go through East Derby Bastion to get out beyond Dover Castle, which there's a lot of work involved in that. But it could be possible. But so I hope, yeah. The last known update: a borehole was drilled above the supposed operations room site. No current information on the latest findings. Well, you know, English Heritage, they've got all the information up there, folks. I mean, it will be interesting. They can't do too much damage because obviously there's historic stuff still there. They can't bash walls down and stuff like that. They could, I suppose, they could drill a little hole into the wall and then poke a little tiny camera through it. But they can't smash down walls and stuff like that, because they've got to think about the history that's there now. Historical records and war diaries. Here we go. Bastion level is not mentioned in any copy of the war diaries, including tunnelling companies, Canadian engineers, HQ tunnelling engineers, 12 Corps, Royal Engineers, 44th Division. This absence adds to the mystery, folks. Indeed it does. Let's put that there. What we got here? Structural observations. A 1989 structural report on the casemate level noted one large void in the cinema. One large void in cinema 1. If you've ever been to Dover Castle, years ago, I don't know if it is now, I haven't been there since this Dunkirk experience. They've knocked up. It's changed a bit, I believe. But in one of the cinemas, because there's 2 cinemas there, where the screen is, there was a like a slope down, or a tunnel that went down. This is what they're on about here. One large void in cinema 1 is understood to be the stairway to the lower level, either partially backfilled or never fully excavated. This void could be connected to Bastion level or other tunnels. Yeah, that's true. I always wondered when I went up there, where did that tunnel go, folks? It's interesting though. It's funny they don't excavate that. You know, if it's loose chalk, let's get Kurgan, Kent Underground Research Group. On the orange juice today, folks. Just got home from work, so got to get this done. That's what this is all about. Challenges of the East Ditch site. The East Ditch is a narrow ditch, making removal spoil difficult. Wartime aerial photos show no construction debris or work signs in the East Ditch area. That's quite interesting. You know, the Germans taking photographs and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's interesting. There's no photographic footage of work commencing. Apparently, there is a massive. I don't know if it was a firing range in that ditch, but it was a massive building, like a white building, I don't know whether that was might have been anything to do with it. I don't know. The plan corresponds to a old stone mine layout. Oh wait a minute, did we miss something here? Bloody hell, folks. Getting ahead of myself here. Ongoing and future investigations. English Heritage continued digging at Bastion level tunnels below Dover Castle. Ken Scott of English Heritage, he's a general manager, revealed secret plans show a complex sealed in the 1940s with about 50 rooms. Attempts to open the tunnels have stalled. Partial use of radar equipment to detect hidden tunnels. Okay, yeah. So they're going to be using ground penetrating radar to see if they can get down there, folks. See if they can see anything. It's quite interesting. It's deep though, isn't it? If you're talking casemate level, that's fairly deep down there. Stall pressure. Expensive technology that could locate the collapse or hidden tunnels. Well, yeah, there's technology nowadays, folks. You know, let's get Tony Robinson up there, and let's get Time Team going again. I know he's not in Time Team anymore, but you know, it's a thought, wasn't it? Photographs claim to show Bastion construction actually depict other sites 150 miles away. Photograph. All right. The plan corresponds to an old stone mine layout, not the expected wartime tunnels. Yeah, it's true. We'll get to the plan in a minute and we'll have a look through the plan. And I mean, if they were going to build this combined headquarters, they would have created it in a grid sort of pattern, not mined like the mines in Bath, you know, the what they call it, Brown Folly mine, and you know, mines in Wiltshire and stuff like that, all go off in different directions. They would have created it like they created Annex level, the hospital level, and eventually how they created Dumpy. So the plans, when we get to it, sort of don't make sense really. Conclusion. This is on this paperwork anyway. Bastion level remains a legend, mystery, and a myth. No official wartime records mention it, or collapses, or any collapses associated with it. The truth is elusive, and the story will likely continue for many, many years. Yeah, indeed, folks. Indeed. Plans of it. Oh, got Dumpy there. Right, so we'll just go through some bits here, folks. I'm not going to read it all out because, yeah, it's... So what is Bastion level? In concept, Bastion level was to be the new intermediate tunnel complex behind and to the rear of the old Napoleonic tunnels. It was intended to relieve the overcrowding of the existing HQ tunnels and serve as a combined headquarters with additional barracks and dormitory space for the military. In other words, Bastion was meant to be a tri-service command centre for Army, Navy and Air Force coordination. Located slightly further inside the cliff than the casemate level, which housed the Naval Admiralty headquarters. Plans drawn up in early 1941 show that Bastion level would have been laid out like a grid-like pattern, as we spoke about that earlier, folks, carved into the chalk, effectively creating an upper story of tunnels behind casemate level. Yeah. Accessibility and status. Today, Bastion level remains inaccessible. Unlike Annex and casemate level and a portion of Dumpy, which all of this is basically exists 100%, Bastion partly dug tunnels were sealed and have no known open entrance. English Heritage, which manages Dover Castle, have no official record of Bastion tunnels in its archives, and even after dedicated searches found no physical evidence of it. Basically, the myth of Bastion has been fueled by the lack of evidence. It's often called the hidden or missing level. It is worth clarifying that Bastion was never a functioning concept. It was genuinely planned and even partially excavated. The wartime engineers wouldn't have code-named it Level B unless it was intended to exist. However, because it was never finished or used, its layout is known only from plans and conjecture, blah blah. Bastion level at Dover Castle is a tantalising piece of wartime history, an unfinished underground level that lives on in plans and imagination, folks. It's interesting. I mean, I've got the old dumpy one on that as well. Lots of paperwork, folks, as I say. Let's get in to the plans. Let's look at these plans here, folks. Right, as you can see, well, actually, go. Right, let's have a look at the plan here, folks. I know it's very, very low res and all that stuff, but this is basically what they were talking about when they were talking about mined quarry style, because it's everywhere. Tunnels are everywhere. Look. Yeah, I mean, this is casemate level. This is Admiralty casemate. It's telephone exchange, GPO. So there, them twos. These are the tunnels. Entrance here, as I was saying, from the elevator and stuff down this way. Come up here, didn't you? Then you go in like that. And here, it's partially dug in. Then it's just stopped. But this is where apparently it did go off. The greyed out bits apparently where it's a bit backfilled or collapsed. Here as well, I talked about. Just off the Admiralty casemate, blocked. But it apparently all added up. And here, to the moat, to the east ditch, which is over here. But apparently this is all filled up as well, blocked. Whether parts of that exist is mad. You know, the operations room you got there, absolutely mental. This is the plan that I've seen before, so you know it sort of made sense when I see that. But this is one that James sent me. James is the air raid guy, air raid siren restoration guy, and he's got the early warning systems and stuff like that, folks. Check his website out, it'll be in the descriptions. Very interesting. He sent this one over to me. Never seen this one before. English Heritage Dover Castle. Look, we've got all the official stamps. And it shows you a slightly smaller version. Operations room is here. I've made it in yellow so it's easy to see. And this is basically, it's got all levels on it. Hospital level. Dumpy underneath here. You can just see all the tunnels of Dumpy. And casemate level is in there. It's a bit hard to see though, folks. You can just about see. But yeah, here's the casemate level. You see the tunnels coming along here, and from that joins up into this, to this. Another emergency exit, which wasn't basically blocked off on here. That goes up to somewhere, up to the surface, I'm guessing, folks. But to the ditch again. And it's interesting actually because it tells you the distance between the hospital annex level and Bastion, pretty much 4.5 meters. But I believe it's lower anyway. I don't believe it's the same level as hospital level. And it actually shows you the layout of the officers' mess, which is above, and they've got stairs here. Entrance, I believe, and this BH. Apparently they've done boreholes to try and locate. I think we said that, didn't we, earlier? They bored to try and find the operations room, if it was under there, if it's under there at all, folks. But yeah, it's very interesting. Top secret copy, you know. Like I say, this looks a bit too far-fetched. I mean, it looks like a mess, if I'm honest, compared to how Dumpy looks down here. Grid and annex level. Grid. That's how it would have been made. It wouldn't have been made like this. No way, no chance. I mean, it's all like I say, messy. Angles and all that stuff. They would have created a combined headquarters like they created Dumpy, or an annex level. The way that's the grid pattern. That's the same, the grid pattern of all the deep shelters for the gun batteries. You know, the accommodation shelters, and all that sort of stuff. You know. But yeah, very interesting. It's that messy that it's really hard to, you know, you even got the doors, look. Shows you the doors. Works tunnel. Yeah. I'd love to see the original copy of this, colour. Because look, blue, I don't know if you can see that, folks. Blue filled in areas. Blue, black. I think green on there as well, you see, red and white. So, need to look out for the original plan of this, folks. There's obviously one out there. Yeah, so, you know, leave your comments in the comment section, folks. We need more information about Bastion level and the updates by English Heritage. Right then, folks, so we're going to check out the torch now. We're going to go to Chris and me in the bunker about a month ago, talking about the third torch we were sent. So let's check that out right now. Right, welcome back to another torch review, folks. They've sent another one. Wow, any more torches out there, folks? Come on, let's send them over. We'll review them for you, IKS style. Right, so Sofirn have actually sent one over.
I have.
The
SK1.
SK1 indeed. So, and this max output of 1300 lumens, and it has a maximum throw of 479 meters.
It's quite a lot.
It is, yeah. Sofirn, we've had a couple of them in the past. They're not bad torches.
Still use them, don't we?
They're like Olights, indestructible.
I love the boxes.
Yeah. Well, that's the word I was looking for earlier, and a couple of Wednesdays ago. Well presented.
A couple of Wednesdays ago. Yeah. And I like they're magnetic.
Yeah. I mean, in the day and age of recycling and that, is that really necessary? Just chucking it out there.
But you can keep these in the box.
Well, yeah, you can, but do most people keep them?
So,
right, yeah, so we got the notice. Remove the cardboard piece behind the battery. Instructions.
see, you've got lanyard.
Oh, you didn't have them
Not,
in here.
I don't know if we call it. Is it still a lanyard when
I think
it's short?
yeah, I think so.
But I like them because it means you don't drop it in a mine.
Instructions look pretty intense, folks. Yes, that's the thing with...
That's got light in. The other one probably did it. Look. So red, yeah, red shows it's charging. Green's fully charged.
Yeah. So that's pretty standard on most. So we got the lanyard, USB-C to USB-C. It's handy if you've got that. If you haven't got that, it's a problem.
You get an adapter.
You can, but that's an additional... Everyone has USB-A, I think it is, connectors everywhere.
Yeah.
All I have on the house plug sockets is USB-A. And I should have got USB-C one as well, but...
So...
Cardboard behind the battery, take that out because it won't work. Otherwise, you just get black.
You've got a clip, so I guess
Oh yeah,
that would go on a hat.
go on a hat, go on anywhere, you know.
Well, it would
Some
like
police actually, police have it like that, don't they?
on your shoulder, like
Yeah. No, they have it hanging down. So if they're looking at documents or something like that.
Yeah.
But they probably don't use these ones. But.
So yeah, loads of different options there. What you could do with that. And
it's got the clippy thing at the back again, so you can move the lock.
So lock. So I'm assuming
Won't work.
the battery might not be in the right way around.
Oh, not again. Same thing as happened last week, folks.
Duty. Do we need to read the instructions? It might be on lockout or something.
Check the battery.
Yeah.
Just double check that. Just, you know. Right, the instructions you're greeted with straight away out of the box is... I don't know what that is. So I've got to go through to look for the English ones. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Rotate the rotary switch to select the needed modes. Was it the right way around?
Oh. Yeah, it was the right way around. I couldn't find there.
Oh,
There
here we go. Here we go. All right.
The bell?
Yep. All right, let's have a look. Half press from off, turbo. That's not right. That can't be that turbo. No.
No, look, I wasn't pressing. I was pressing and holding. So does that cycle through? Oh. There you go. So it will cycle through on presses. That's quite bright.
It's a pin, isn't it? It's a pinpoint one.
Yeah.
Like the one there.
But yeah, so you can see things a long way away. Like, oh, look at that over there. You know?
Yeah.
That's quite bright.
Full press from off, strobe. What's the back again? Look, you got
Duty.
all right.
So tactical. Is that just when it flashes? There you go. Look.
Wow, lightning flash.
Wow! Look at that.
It's lucky we're not epileptic, isn't it, folks? Jesus Christ.
All right. So on tactical, if you press and hold, look, to get it in your pocket, you can go. And it just stays on as long as you hold it.
Yeah.
Or you press it in harder, so half a little press stays on.
Yeah.
Big press.
All right. So that's tactical mode on the back switch.
Lock is moon. Just
yeah. That'd last for days if that.
yeah, but it's only it doesn't stay on, so it's locked. So exactly, just one little press.
Yeah.
So that's quite good. You pull it out your bag or something, and at least you can see straight away.
Yeah.
And then obviously, duty is your normal running function. So you got little press and hold, or bigger. There you go. You just press it to cycle through. It's quite good, isn't it? Want to play?
Yeah, let's have a little look. I do like the rotary switch, like we've said.
What I like with these torches, like this type of torch, is you have got a lock.
Yeah.
Because some of them that don't have, like you said, you come on in your bag.
How did you scroll from there?
Press and hold. No, press again. Bigger press.
Oh. That's so.
There's like half a.
There's half a press.
There's half a press.
Full
and
press.
There's a big press.
And then half a press to get it to go through the modes. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That.
Good sized torch.
And if you rotate it while it's on, it goes off.
But also that is quite it. You know, it clicks. So if it was on lock in your bag, I think it would stay locked. I don't think it would randomly come on because that's it's quite a.
Does it get hot? Does you feel full power?
I don't
So
know.
tactical.
No, tactical is flash.
No, half press. It's full on, isn't it?
Only if you hold it. Oh. Yeah. That's really bright.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. Gets hot. Gets warm.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
But all torches do, don't they, these days? So
Yeah.
yeah, interesting. Right, so yeah, thanks very much for watching, folks. There'll be a discount code in that description again, and
There will be.
yeah, check it out. So back to the bunker, it seems. Well, back on another day. Right then, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Hope that gave you some insight into Bastion level of Dover Castle. There's not a lot of information out there, really. There's no videos on it. So, yeah, we chuck that out there. The old plans there. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think and stuff like that. And let me know if you've got information and plans, especially. I want to see more plans, folks. On that note, thank you very much for watching. Check out Instagram, Facebook and all that jazz. And yeah, see you in the next video, folks. See you soon.